All right, so for this session, we are going to look at basically three aspects we are going to look at three areas, which is number one, how data is transforming businesses around the world, how large companies, even medium-sized companies, are using data to scale up their business. And we are going to look at what data-driven decision making can help you to achieve as a company, as an organization, even as a consulting firm. And then we are also going to look at why you really need an accounting software like Zoho Books. So basically, we are looking at three critical areas. Number one is data, number two is decision, and number three is the systems. Most companies, most organizations actually get stuck in the decision-making process because they don't have the third one, which is the system. They have the data, they have the information, but they don't know how to organize this data in a well-structured manner that could aid their decision-making process. And that's one of the reasons why we'll be having this discussion this afternoon. So, if I may ask, which of these categories do you belong? The first category are those who don't use accounting software at all. They are still working with manual systems, using hard copy notebooks, using Excel, and doing a lot of manual works. And then we have the second category of people who have the accounting software but don't really know how to leverage it, how to maximize the usage of the accounting software. And then the third category of people are those who are transforming their businesses using the accounting software at their disposal. Which of these categories do you belong? You can drop that in the comment section. Some years ago, I was working with a client, and I noticed that they actually have an accounting software, but the only thing they do with the accounting software is to issue invoices. And meanwhile, the accounting software has the capacity to improve every area of their business, from inventory management to warehousing to branch management to payroll and all of that. They couldn't use it effectively because they don't know how to go about it. And so we have a lot of businesses and even accounting professionals that don't know how to maximize the accounting software that they have. We are going to look at, we are using Zoho Books as a case study. We are going to look at how you can actually get the best of your accounting tool and be able to scale your business with this tool. Now, let's look at the first um, um, topic of discussion, which is how data is transforming businesses globally. The first area is in the area of informed decision making. Now we see that decisions are based on real-time insights and analytics, so that every decision that is being made in an organization is based on fact and figures, not on guesswork, not on emotions. Decisions are actually based on decision making, and that's an important aspect of scaling your business. Like the first speaker said, he said something that I note down here. He said, business is not about emotion. Business decision is not about what you feel like. Decision sometimes does not even have to do with what is trending, because sometimes what is trending may not actually be the fact, may not be the truth. So businesses, businesses of global status are transforming their operations, their workflow, using data as a key, as an important factor. Number two is operational efficiency. Data analytics is helping businesses identify inefficiencies and optimize processes. And one of the reasons why you actually need an accounting software is so that you can have all your data organized together, and so that you can be able to monitor your KPIs. You can know which area of the business is performing, which area is not performing. I think it was sometime last year, I was trying to check if the 5-year record of my company, and I noticed a trend. I noticed a trend in customer behavior. I was able to identify the peak period, the time when sales is at the highest. And that is one thing about using an accounting software. It gives you the advantage of comparing data over a period of time. So you are not only dealing with the present data, you also have the advantage to work with data that I mean, historical data. So global brand businesses all across the globe, they are using data to be able to know areas of inefficiencies, area where there's need for improvement in the business, and thirdly, to enhance customer experience. When you have access to real-time data, you'll be able to know the customer behavior. You'll be able to know which products the customer are going for. You'll be able to analyze your customer service and a whole lot of things that you do in the business. Because the reason why you are in the business is to offer the customers what they want, not really what you want to sell. And so when you have access to this data and you're able to organize this data, you can make the right decision. You can be able to understand your market. You can be able to know your customer preference and all of that. So now, what data-driven decision helps you to achieve? Like I mentioned, according to a 2022 survey by the International Finance Corporation, it says over 40% of Nigerian SMEs cite poor financial planning and lack of real-time data as a key barrier to growth. So it means that a lot of small businesses are failing because they don't have access to real-time data. I was with one of my clients yesterday discussing some of his business, the challenges in his business. Is someone that doesn't stay, he travels so often, and so he does not have that time to monitor the business, to be able to look at what is going on in the business. And the worst of it is that he does not have a real time, he does not have access to real time data about the business. So I had to advise him and help him um, to implement the accounting software, so that wherever he is, whenever he's traveling, he can always access what is going on in his business. He can know when the business is growing. He can check the profitability of the business, look at key financial metrics, and be able to make the right decision on the go wherever he is. And this has actually helped a lot of small businesses that really see the advantage of using a digital system like accounting software and are able to optimize the usage. And so when your decision making is data driven, number one is that it reduces guesswork and emotional decision. So you don't make decision based on guesses. You don't make decision based on opinion. Even when, of course, I know opinion matters, but then what is the fact that is backing up that opinion? For instance, if a manager or someone that an officer reporting to you is coming to tell you that, okay, I think we should do this in our business, we should do this campaign, we should improve this aspect, you should be able he or she should be able to come with the facts or the figures that point to the fact that we actually need that thing to be done. And so one thing that data-driven decision helps you to do is it helps you to eliminate guesswork. And so when there is no guesswork, it reduces the risk of error, the risk of unprofitable investment. Number two is that it helps you to monitor your profitability and cash flow, because you are now making decisions based on data. You can know the profitable areas of the business, especially for businesses that have different revenue centers. You can know which revenue center is performing well. You can know which is not performing well. Like companies that have branches and subsidiaries, you can use the single accounting software like Zoho Books to monitor the performance of each of the branches or each of your subsidiaries or each of your annexes, and be able to know the performance of each of these business units. And also cash flow. When you have access you have access to real-time data, you can know your liquidity. You can be able to make plans. You can forecast ahead of time and be able to, so that you won't run out of cash, and thirdly is that you'll be able to respond to changes with agility. So when you are making data-driven decision, your responses to the market, to competition, is data-oriented. So you are able to make the right decision as regards your market. No, now why do you need an accounting software like Zoho Books? Why do you need accounting software like Zoho Books? A lot of small businesses, even some medium-sized businesses, are still stuck in the use of manual accounting systems. Now, one beautiful thing about this accounting software, Zoho Books, is that it is cloud-based. It does not require you doing any form of installation. You don't have to install anything. And because of that, because of the nature of the software, it means that you can use it on any device, on your mobile phone, on your tab, on your laptop, anywhere, anytime. And so when you are using this accounting software, it gives you access to your financial report whenever you need it. So you don't have to call anybody, even when you're on vacation, when you're on leave, you can always access the financial reports. You don't need to call someone, send me the receivable report for last month, send me the income statement for last month. You can always access the reports on the go. Secondly, is that it helps you to manage multiple businesses with a single Zoho Books account. So when you are using Zoho Books, it doesn't, no matter how many business units you have, you can monitor each of them separately. And at the end of the period, you can always generate either a separate financial statement or a consolidated financial statement. And thirdly, is that you can monitor your business performance even when you're on vacation, like I mentioned. You can monitor your business performance. You can make decision about your customer, about your vendors, about your inventories. You can make decision about your expenses. You can make decision about your marketing and every aspect of the business by merely looking at the data provided in your accounting software. So what can you do with Zoho Books? Every aspect of your business can be managed with Zoho Books. I'm just going to give us a few ones here. Number one is inventory. With Zoho Books, you can manage your inventory. You can know the quantities. You can know the top performing products. I did an analysis on our inventory sometime last month, and I was able to know the items that have not been selling for some time. So having access to that information, to that data, will help the management to make decision on which product to stock. Because when you are stocking products that are not in demand, number one, you are tying down your capital. Number two, you are slowing down your business. Number three is that you are increasing liquidity risk. Because at the end of the day, the cash that should have been invested in other aspects of the business is being tied down by a product that is not in demand. And so with Zoho Books, you can manage every aspect of your inventory. Like I have here, this is a sample of this is a page of, I mean, a sample of what I set up for one of my clients. who wants to monitor the stock in each of his warehouses. So he has 6 locations, and so I was able to configure the system in a way that every stock in each of the locations can be managed, can be monitored, and can be controlled. I also put it in a way that there is no way inventory or item can leave a particular warehouse to another store without approval. So these are some of the things that you can do in your using the Zoho books, because there are many companies, there are many, especially small businesses, that fraud is going on, a lot of things is happening, and the owner of the business does not know because there is no access to data. There is no access to the records of what is in the organization. So with Zoho books, you can monitor, you can manage, and you can control your inventory. Number 2 is that you can Zoho books allow you to manage invoicing. So you can create professional invoices and send to your customers or to your clients. You can also automate the invoices such that the moment the invoice is being created, it is automatically it is sent to the customer via WhatsApp or via email. So this is going to save you the cost of printing hard copy invoices. This is going to save you the cost of having to wait for somebody to create the invoice for somebody to print the hard copy invoice before you can access it. So Zoho books allow you to create the invoice, send it to customer, and also automate the payment reminder. For instance, now, if you have invoice that is overdue, you can automate that invoice you can automate it in such a way that customers can be notified at a particular period, maybe 3 days before the due date, or 3 days after the due date, or a day after the due date. So you can automate that inventory to ensure that, you can automate that invoice to ensure that customers are not owing you beyond the time beyond the time you have agreed with them. And also Zoho Book can allow you to generate different kind of reporting, your income statement, your statement of financial position, your cash flow statement. It can allow you to generate different reports, the customer reports. You can generate report by sales. And let me share my other screen here. Let me share my other screen to show you some of the reports that you can actually generate with Zoho Books. I want to share my screen, and I hope you can still hear me, please. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. Give me a second, please. Okay. I think this. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so these are some of the reports that you can generate using Zoho Books accounting software. You can generate your profit and loss account. You can generate your cash flow. You can generate your balance sheet. It even has business performance ratios. Now, this business performance ratio is for financial analysis. You can see your current ratio, your gross profit ratio, your debt ratio, net profit ratio, turnover, receivable turnover ratio, and all of this, operating cost ratio. So all of these ratios are very important for making business decisions, because, for instance, now your current ratio is going to show you that what you the liquid asset you have presently is able to take care or to meet your current financial obligation. So when you look at the ratio, it can help you to make decision either to improve your cash flow, either to invest, either to to save, and any kind of decision that you want to make. When you look at your gross profit ratio, it can help you to know whether you are incurring more costs on sales, whether you are you are increasing your revenue, business growth. And when you look at the operating cost ratio, it can tell you whether you are spending more on operating expenses and all of that. So these particular reports can give you insight to some of the things that you cannot even see on an Excel sheet if you are probably using Excel, or some of the analysis that you can't do if you are using a manual system. And apart from that, you can also generate report based on sales by customer. So with this report now, you can know how much each of your customers has done with you in the particular period. Sometime last year, we want to because at the end of every year we look at our best customers and then we give them gifts. And so for us to be able to know which customer actually deserve it, I have to generate the report by customer to know which customer is actually our top customer, which customer is actually performing well with us. And so I generate the report by customer, and I was able to see the top 20, the top 15 customers, and then it's giving out gift to the best performing customer. It was seamless. We don't have to do guesswork because we already have the data we are working with. And you can also generate report by items, sales by items. Now the sales by items will give you the figure of, I mean, the amount of sales you have made per item in your stock, the amount of sales you have made. For instance, if you have a supermarket, you have you own a, even if you own an hotel, this particular report can show you which room is selling more, which room is not selling, which room people are not taking. If you are selling physical product, it can tell you which product is selling. Even if you are selling online, it can tell you which of your digital products is actually the top performing product. And the one that are not performing, you can make the decision whether to discontinue, whether to push for promotion, and whatever decision you want to make about it. Now, another report you can generate from this particular software is sales by salesperson. Now, there are some organizations, some businesses that the compensation is based on commission, is a commission-based model. So for those kind of organizations, you can generate the report by salesperson to know how much exactly each of your salesperson has brought into the company at a particular period. So these are some of the reports that you can generate. You can generate receivable report. AR aging report is account receivable aging, summary. Now the aging summary will help you to know how long has customers been owing you. You may probably not be able to do this on an Excel spreadsheet, especially when you have a hundreds of customers, data to deal with. So the aging summary will tell you how long your customers have been owing you, which of the customers that you need to take debt recovery, steps and things you need to do to be able to recover your money faster from customer. I learned this from my boss. It will say that the most dangerous thing for a business to do is to lose your stock and lose your money at the same time. And that's what happens when you allow your money to stay longer in the hands of customers. When you sell on credit and you are not recovering it on time, you are losing your money and you are losing your product at the same time. But for that not to be happening in your business, you can use the AR aging report to be able to know how long customers have been owing you. The ones that have been owing you for between 15 days, what is the steps you will need to take to recover your money? Those that have been owing you for the past 45 days, Why are they owing you for that long? You can be able to, even when you have a account receivable officer, you can be able to, make them responsible. Why is this person owing for this long? Or whosoever is responsible. You can be able to make the decision. You can be able to set credit limits for the customer because you don't want them to tie down your money. And then you can be able to generate report of the payment you have received. The payment you have received, you can filter. Each of these report can be filtered and can be customized. For instance, let me use profit or loss. For instance, this is a demo account, so I didn't have any data here. Just want to show you what it can do. Now I can filter this particular report to view what the sales has been like in the previous week, or in the previous month, or in the previous quarter. I can even customize it. If I want to see, maybe my in my company, maybe we did a promo that lasted for 3 weeks, and I want to see what was the performance for that 3 weeks. I can customize the report to show me the revenue for that 3 weeks and be able to compare it with the previous period to know whether this particular promo or marketing campaign was actually productive, if it actually bring the desired result. So there are a lot more you can do with this particular accounting software. Let me show you this last part. This last part is for tax summary. Now, for this tax summary here, it's going to show you all the summary of your VAT and your withholding tax. Summary of your VAT and withholding tax. So you can generate the report here. You can be able to know this is the exact amount you have to remit for VAT or for withholding tax at a particular period. And so these are some of the things you can do with the Zoho books. Let me go to my slides. Let me share. Just give me a minute, a second. I hope you can still hear me. Can you still hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Thank you. Okay. Yes. So what else can you do with Zoho Books? Zoho Books allow you to create client portal. Now, this is what client portal does. Client portals is it's like a front end is like a front end dashboard for your client, either for both your customers and your vendors. Now, the reason why this is very important is that your customers can be able to see their accounts without even having to contact you. They can see their invoices. They can see their statement for the previous years or period. They can even make payment, online payment from their portal. So they don't need to contact you to send maybe to send invoice to them or to send payment receipt or anything. No, they already have their own dashboard. That is what the client portal does. And the same thing can be activated for your suppliers or your vendors. So your supplier have their own front end and you have the back end. And so they are able to see all the transaction you do with them, all the payments you have made with them, every transaction, all bills and payment that has been made. And then another thing you can do with Zoho Books is that you can integrate online payment. Now, for now, Zoho Books has not allowed Nigerian banks, or let me say African banks, to be integrated directly. But you can use Paystack, Stripe, or some other online payment solution. For my company, we use Paystack, and it is very seamless, right? So immediately you create an invoice, you can send that invoice to a customer via WhatsApp, and as you send it, Zoho will automatically attach a payment link to the PDF file that is sent to the customer on WhatsApp. So the moment you click on the payment link, it takes you to the payment page. You can have you have, I think, 4 or 5 payment options. So the customer can choose to pay with their card, they can pay with transfer, they can even connect their OPay account and just pay directly. So you give your customers multiple payment options. So if a customer is saying, my card is not working, you can do transfer. If they say, I can't do transfer, then you can scan and pay. If they say, I can't scan and pay, then use your OPay account. So you give the customer you give them the multiple payment option, and then you eliminate the excuse of this is the reason why I can't make payment. And then by that, you can be able to recover your money faster from your customers. And Zoho Books also allow you to manage your expenses, and then automation. Yes, this is a very key aspect of Zoho Books that I need to talk about. Now, these are some of the areas you can automate, some of the workflows you can automate in Zoho Books. I think I've mentioned some of them. The first is invoicing. You can send your invoices via WhatsApp or email, and you can send a payment reminder via SMS to your customer. So if you have customers that live in Shaki, that lives in rural areas, or that lives in places that are having a network challenge, people that are not usually online, you can integrate this SMS solution to send text message, SMS to your customers. No matter the kind of device they are using, they will definitely receive the SMS. And another thing is that you can automate email to clients before and after due date. I've mentioned this earlier. So you can